Hey, it's Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Welcome to Peter's Kitchen, where we're going to make a lamb.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Welcome to Peter's Kitchen. I'm getting ready to cook dinner. You want to watch? I'm going to make lamb. And this is a favorite of our house because we are Greek, and Greeks make lamb and they eat lamb. So I got a lamb here. I remember so many people slaving in the kitchen to make lamb. And we're going to make lamb so easy, you're not going to believe it. You know, I think some people would actually get mad at me because it's so easy to make lamb. You get yourself an Instant Pot and you're done. So there's a couple of things that you need to know when you make lamb. Number one, it's messy. It's very, very messy to make lamb. But because we're going to spend so little time doing it, there's going to be so little mess. I'm getting myself a bowl here, because I don't want to cross-contaminate with the stuff that I am going to be putting on the lamb, because when I start touching the lamb and then I start touching these bottles, that's going to be a no-no. So actually, let me get another one of these, and let's see if I can remember to actually close the door so that our kitchen... I'm wearing a lav mic under my shirt, so that's why you can hear me when I turn this way, when I turn the water on, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is let's go through the components. We've got a lamb. Now, choosing the lamb is the most important part. Most people will go and buy a lamb. It'll be the leg of lamb or some kind of a lamb. So if you're getting a lamb and you've got to tie it up with strings like my mother used to do, we actually have a roll of string somewhere here in the kitchen in the squeaky drawer. Yep, here it is. It's still got the rubber bands actually busted off because it's that old. And that is just a way of making lamb in a Greek kitchen. But no more tying, no more fuss, no more muss. You're going to, first of all, go to an upper end grocery store, or a grocery store that carries a lot of different kinds of stuff. Lots of different kinds of stuff. What? Yes, that's the lamb. Of course. It's already raw. I've washed it and it's ready to go. You don't believe me? There's my thumb. So I'm going to use oregano. So I'm going to pour some oregano in the bowl because, and the reasoning for this is I don't want to cross-contaminate. Now, if you get the oregano right out of your store, that's about the lowest grade oregano you can get. This is fresh oregano from Greece. It's, oh my God, I could smell, can you smell it? Here, let me put it under here so you can smell it. That oregano is just pungent. Okay, now I'm going to open this up and get it ready, and that is coriander. This is mint. This is minced onion flakes, non-GMO. This is McCormick, so you can get these things right from your grocery store. And I've got Greek seasoning, which I'm going to use a little, not much. And I've got salt, which I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of salt, and I've got it in this little container. And you can get minced garlic, or you can get fresh garlic and mince it up yourself. That's up to you. You're still going to put it in the blender, which mine happens to be a Vitamix. A little bit overkill, but that's what I got, all right? So I'm going to take about half of the container, and I'm going to strain out the juice because I don't want the juice. So I'm going to get rid of the moisture. There we go. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to take the garlic and put it in the blender. You put the garlic in the bowl, and you mix it all up. Hi, Liam. I know you're watching. And now I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so now I'm going to take the oregano, going to get a nice clean teaspoon, and I'm going to put a nice heaping teaspoon, and then another nice heaping teaspoon of fresh, extra strong right from grease oregano. And then I'm going to get olive oil. You can use extra virgin or you can use regular olive oil. This is not the extra virgin. This is just olive oil Barrio. It's got a fuller flavor. And I'm going to put 1/3 cup of olive oil, and I'm going to put it right into my Vitamix. That's called tapping. Tappa, tappa, tappa. I wanted you to get the drift of what I was actually doing. Okay, I'm tapping the measurement. All right, so let's put this over here. Let's put the cover. Okay, I'm going to blend this up. It's going to take a minute or so because I want it really like a paste, okay? And then I'll be right back. And the kitchen is going to smell absolutely, absolutely, positively awesome. So now I'm putting on the gloves. Now, people may ask, don't I take and trim off all that fat? No, that fat is going to add flavor and it's going to drip off down into that 1.5 cups of water that I have down there. So what I want to do first is I want to get a knife out of the drawer, and I'm actually going to, let's get this into the camera view. I'm going to stab it. Quite a few stabs. Get your frustrations out, but keep your fingers away from the flying knife. Okay. Stab it so that this way the garlic will get in, because don't forget, this is going under pressure. So it's going to force what we're doing in to the meat because of the pressure, and it's going to keep the moisture in there too. So I'm going to give it plenty of stabs. This is a good way to get your frustrations out. Okay, now the fun begins. This sauce on the back side, and then I'm going to just smear it around. No, I am not going to use the spoon. This is a big boy world, and we're going to get the garlic all over and just lather it, lather it, lather it, slather it, whatever you want to call it. And that's the back side. Now I'm going to flip it over. Here we go. Now I'm going to get all the rest of this, and on it goes, the whole shebang, and just squeegee that stuff out. I can actually do that with my fingers. Ooh, I learned something new. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Now we're going to lather this up. And this is so hard to do. Just lathering this up is so hard. But that's it. We're done. Okay, so we're going to go from here into here. Make sure the paste is all up on top. Ooh, look at all this good stuff in here. I'm going to pour all this in there too. Okay, so the pressure is going to infuse the meat. I'm just making sure that the paste is everywhere I could possibly get it. Is going to infuse this meat with an unbelievable, wonderful amount of flavor. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to get these gloves off, and they're going in the garbage. And now there's no cross-contamination because my fingers are clean. What did you say? Okay, I'll put a link to the gloves that I use in the description down below. As a matter of fact, I will put a link to the Instant Pot, an entry-level Instant Pot, and then the one that I use. And the one that I use is a little bit different because this one will do one added feature that I happen to use quite a bit. It will do also sous vide. Okay, I'm done with the bowl. So the bowl is going to go into the sink, and the lamb is now in here. So now I'm going to just dress it up a little bit. I'm going to take some more oregano and just sprinkle it across the top like that. Is this going to get into the meat? Yeah, you know why? Because again, we're not putting it in the oven where it's just going to get heat and dry heat at that. We're putting it in a place where you're going to get high pressure. and it's going to keep the pressure on for a long period of time. Now I'm going to take this all-purpose Greek seasoning. I could put a link to this down below. If you want me to, I will do that. And just give it a little touch up there. Okay. I'm going to take some coriander. And again, this is kind of like seasoning it for, when you're going to bake in the oven. And I'm also going to take mint. Mint. I love mint on my lamb when I eat it. And I like it to have a little flavor of that mint into the meat. So I'm going to heavily sprinkle this with mint. This is a ground mint. I could put a link to that also, because what's in here is not what's in the bottle. All right, I get a big bag of mint, and then I just keep refilling the bottle, because the bottles that you buy in the store, they're like the weakest versions of all of these seasonings, and I like them potent. And the last thing I do is I get minced onion flakes, and I just sprinkle that on it. As a matter of fact, I actually put some minced onion flakes in the water. When I put the 1.5 cups of water into the Instant Pot, I put like maybe a good tablespoon of the minced onion flakes, which are dried. Okay, they're dehydrated. So when the water starts to get up the temperature, it's going to have its own flavor that's going to go in to the lamb. So I didn't tie anything up with strings. I didn't do anything but make my paste, which is over there and dirty now. And if you wanted to, you could actually sprinkle some more salt on top. And I kind of like that salty, crusty lamb, the outsides. Everybody goes for the skin when I make it. It's not a skin. The lamb doesn't have a skin. Okay, so I just added salt. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cover on. And we call it a lid. Going to make sure that it's in the pressure position. And I'm going to set it for 90 minutes to 100 minutes. 120 minutes is 2 hours. So an hour and a half or longer. I've got it on high. And I don't mess with the keep warm. I always use the keep warm on. All right, so now I've got that ready. I've set mine for 90 minutes, high pressure. It's going to start right now, no delay. This one's got a delay feature. And the keep warm is on. So now it just beeped. It is off and running. So 90 minutes from now, I'm going to come back and we're going to open this guy up and we're going to see what our lamb looks like. All right, I'll be back. For me, 90 minutes. For you, 2 seconds. All right, see you in 2 seconds. Well, what do you know? 90 seconds are over, or is it 90 minutes in 2 seconds? I've got my pot holders. I took the lamb out. It was 90 minutes, and I let it do a natural release. A natural release is when it finishes, you don't touch it until the little pin drops down, which allows you to open the cover on the Instant Pot. So I set it for 90 minutes, then I took it out and I put it into the oven, and I've left it in there now. It's been 8 minutes and it looks like it's crusting. So I'm going to pull it out of the oven and bring it to the counter. I've got my lav mic on. Here we go. Ooh, nice and hot. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. A well-crusted lamb crusted with a garlic paste. I had to shut the oven door, sorry. So let us get a knife, a knife. This is, there's no effort to this. You just gotta be careful you don't burn yourself. Yeah, I'm talking to me. So now I'm going to cut it. Look it just cuts right through. That is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this is too hot for me to eat. But we'll give it a try, right? We'll grab that. We'll pick it up. I'll blow on it a little bit and magically it'll cool it down. You know what I like to put on my lamb? I like to put salt and lemon, and I like to put a little bit of mint jelly. You can get that at your grocery store or at Amazon. And if I can remember, and I'm smart enough, I'll put a link to the mint jelly. Ooh. Garlicky. Oh my goodness. Like Shirley Temple would say, oh my goodness. That is absolutely delicious. Let me turn it so my other camera can see. I'm going to look at juicy. Tender, juicy. Look at the juices coming out. The best Greek lamb that you're going to have with the least amount of effort. Buy a lamb, make it a sirloin roast lamb. It's the upper level of the leg of lamb when you get that big long leg of lamb, which will not fit in the Instant Pot. So you're going to get that part, and they sell that part. You're going to make your oil and garlic slathering solution. You're going to put it in the Instant Pot 90 minutes, and when it's finished, just let it cool off by itself until the little pin drops. And if you get a little bit anxious, maybe after 15 or 20 minutes, you can release the pressure. That's up to you, because it'll have been in there a full 90 minutes. Then you take it out, you pop it in the oven, and you will have this absolutely gorgeous crusted sirloin lamb. And people will think you slave for hours and hours. So that's it. That's the show for today, guys. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. I am asking for subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you guys. And that's it. Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Bye-bye.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.